Good afternoon. I know it's Friday afternoon.
Saturday.
Been a long week.
It's already Saturday.
It's already the weekend.
Well, it's still worst. It's still worst. It's Friday, it's Saturday. Saturday evening almost, and everybody must be tired of this long week where we went from Defense Ministers' Council, then EUCO, then Southeast Asia, Indo-Pacific, ASEAN, and now Gimich. It has been a meeting on Gimich spirit. Gimich spirit means no tie and open and frank exchanges between ministers in an informal setting, discussing deeply things in which we have to concentrate our political discussion. We start handling our relations with Africa, and we just finished on Turkey. We discussed the approach to our approach to the Russian aggressions against Ukraine, and we had a debate on the situation in Gaza and on UNRWA funding in particular. This was not a formal Foreign Affairs Council, so there are not formal conclusions, and I will only be saying what I think the discussion has been about. And I will ask my Belgian colleague, President of the Council, to help me try to summarize what we have been discussing. On Africa, you cannot talk about Africa like this. No? Africa is too big and too varied in order to say Africa. But we have been discussing the continent as a geopolitical priority, our absolute determination to increase our dialogue and cooperation. We are pending a meeting at the ministerial level, and we will support Africa's quest for a greater representation in multilateral fora. But I cannot summarize a long discussion about Africa from several points of view, only that we have to increase our interaction and partnership with Africa with a stronger coordination among us. On Gaza, you know that the European Union Council discussed about the situation in the Middle East with no conclusion. Today we discuss very lively, because there are different positions among member states, about the situation in Gaza and the region, the catastrophic humanitarian situation. But this catastrophic humanitarian situation, not because it has been an earthquake or has been a natural catastrophe, because it's a war. And this war has pushed hundreds of thousands of people to the south, and now that they are in the south continues being bombing and continues creating a very dire situation, humanitarian situation, but it's a man-made catastrophe. We discussed the issue of financing of UNRWA in the light of the allegations against some of their staff. Member states welcome the measures taken quickly by UNRWA to launch an investigation, showing how seriously the United Nations takes this issue. And certainly we expect the reviews and audits to be carried out swiftly and effectively. We want to know more about how UNRWA is working, and that's why I have invited Commissioner General of UNRWA, Philippe Lazzarini, with whom I am in permanent contact, to attend the next Foreign Affairs Council in the format of development ministers on the 12th of February, to exchange with him about all the aspects related with this issue. Let me make one thing clear. The Commission, when we say the European Union, we mean the European Union Commission, has not suspended its funding. Some days ago it was a kind of snowball saying that everybody is suspending, and since everybody is suspending, and we have to suspend also. There were a lot of fake news, a lot of misinformation. Germany has not suspended. France has not suspended. Spain has not suspended. Some member states have suspended, but very few has clearly suspended. Others has been taking just precautionary measures, waiting for but not stopping payments. And this is the case of the Commission, has not stopped payments, among other things, because the next payment is due by the end of the month, so you cannot suspend something that is not moving. Let's see, from now until the end of the month, where we are. Certainly, we will ask for reviews, we'll ask for controls, we'll ask for accountability, but I can say that the majority, the member states, the general feeling is that there is not substitute for UNRWA. I repeat, there is not substitute for UNRWA. UNRWA has been playing a critical role to support the Palestinian refugees, and not only in Gaza. People talk about UNRWA as it was only an agency for Gaza. There are hundreds of thousands of Palestinian refugees in Lebanon, in Jordan, in the West Bank. And UNRWA is also in charge of these people. UNRWA is feeding 2 million people, providing 30,000 medical assistance per day. 30,000 medical assistance per day. Providing schools to more than 400,000 people. Who can substitute that overnight? UNRWA is playing a critical role. It's true that the Israeli government has been very critical of UNRWA, not now, from many times ago, but we cannot punish 2 million people by depriving them from the support that UNRWA is providing. Who will take care of that? That's what we discussed at the European Union Council, and here I think that most of the member states that participated in the debate were very clear about that. We have to look for accountability. We have to look for verification of the allegations, which are serious, but they affect a small number of the 13,000 staff of people in Gaza, or UNRWA in Gaza. And in the meantime, some member states said, I am not only not stopping, I am increasing the support of UNRWA. Several of them said, no, I'm not stopping, I'm increasing the support to UNRWA. So, once again, there is a variety of positions among member states, but the general feeling is that the support to the Palestinian people has to continue. We talk about the lives of millions of people. I said I invited Philip Lazzarini. We discussed about the absolute urgency to avoid regional escalation and about the importance of finally liberating the hostage unconditionally, as always do. And we will continue discussing in foreign ministers format. I hope that the Navy mission will be launched at the next Foreign Affairs Council. On Ukraine, substantial discussion about the military assistance, our unity, looking for a peaceful future for Ukraine and Ukrainian people. We discuss about the situation in the battlefield, the situation of military supplies, the Ukrainian Assistance Fund, that hope will be agreed on the next days inside the European Peace Facility. Our position remains firm. Ukraine needs more support and needs quicker support. The support has to come now. And the Ukrainian victory is crucial not only for Ukraine, but for the peace and stability in Europe. Finally, on Turkey, after a long pause, we brought the topic of our relations back on the agenda. I think that we have to call for a closer cooperation between the EU and Turkey, avoid confrontation and increase cooperation. For that, we have to reach out with Turkey, taking into account the Cyprus issue. We discuss the situation and opportunities in the area of foreign policy. And the conclusion is that we need to engage more with Turkey and work on areas where our interests converge and avoid irritants among us. This has been a summary of a very intense debate, an intense political debate, because time requires such kind of meetings.
Thank you, Madame la Ministre.
Thank you, Josep, and good afternoon to all of you.